Warm-up just underway this Saturday, December 6, 2025. Game against Sherwood Park. Your Icemen in Sherwood Park at the Sherwood Park Sports Center, the Randy Rosen Arena, home of the BCHL Sherwood Park Crusaders. Speaking of hockey, if you can get out to watch any of the Oil Kings games, the Oil Kings off to a hot start this year, coached by former Edmonton Oilers defenseman Jason Smith, off to something like an 18-4-2 record, coming away with a home win last night over the Red Deer Rebels 4-1 from Rogers Place. So your Icemen will look to get back in a winning ledger here with a W against Sherwood Park. Good matchup last game, these two teams playing. The Icemen looking to get back on the roll here after some challenging games that put them into the final in the Calgary Trails West tournament, but coming up short against the Trails West Wolves team in the final. The Zebras just coming onto the bench here, coming out of the ice here for the game. Three minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the warm-up. Your Icemen will be going right to left in this first period. So looking at the standings overall, all games including tiering, KC701 tied with your Icemen at 5 wins and 1 loss. Third in the division is Sherwood Park 701, followed by Sherwood Park 702. Sherwood Park 702, 4 wins, 2 losses in the 6 games. 26 goals for, 16 against. For a plus 10 differential, your Icemen sitting with a plus 20 goal differential. And remember that your Icemen will be back in action against that SE701 team tomorrow night at 8 p.m. from the Kinsman Twin Arena, Arena B. So your Icemen back-to-back games Saturday and Sunday. Final minute of warm-up now. So it'll be a looks like it'll be a 3 official game here. 1 ref and 2 linesmen for this matchup. Zebras at center ice, waiting for this game to get underway. So in the tiering round, leading point getters Jorah Baines, 11 points in 6 games with 6 goals. Brady Weeks, 10 points in 6 games. And Vardy Bender, 8 points through 6 games. But if you look at the standings or the stats, quite widespread for points throughout the lineup. So not just getting points from one line per se, as this Iceman team is pretty deep with depth. Baines tries to bring it in. He's held up at the top of the circles. Ferris will move that down to Bender. Bender tries to keep it in momentarily, and Sherwood Park will get out as far as center, but no further. Bender will work it across to Homulus. Homulus moves it up, tries to catch Vanderham in stride. His stick's knocked out of his hand, and the puck trickles down into the opposite corner. Coach Ferris able to change out at least one D-man here as Homulus, hard hit, takes his man down. Look at it. What a stung the Sherwood Park player with a Charlie horse, or knocked the wind out of him because he's going to go right to the bench. Homulus caught him with a shoulder right in the chest. Great job to close the gap on the entry. So Homulus setting the tone here as Gwinnett chases the puck down, tries to force a turnover. Baines still out here. He's going to have to get in a line change here. Puck turned over, and Sherwood Park the other way in a 2-on-1. Great stopping upstairs on the second effort. Puck gets up and over. An effort on a shot at the net on a 2-on-1, and second forward comes in and is able to elevate that puck up over the glove of Perkis. Minute and a half in, shots on goal. 2-0 in favor of Sherwood Park, capitalizing on that second. scramble. Shot right back through the legs of Perkis, and the Icemen are going to have to settle things down here as Sherwood Park is hunting for more. Outlet pass doesn't work. That's held in the zone. Gwinnett will pick it up again. Gwinnett, yeah, it's behind Knapsick. That pass, Knapsick will chase it up and get it himself. He's 1-on-4. Knapsick will drive wide, curl back to the boards, feed it back to Weeks. Weeks tries to get around his man. That doesn't work. Good job by Foot to keep it in. Weeks will chip it off the board. It's a 1-on-2 here for Sherwood Park, and they'll throw it in and go after it. Ferris is held off. Good hit by Weeks. He separates his man from the puck. It's worked around to the opposite corner. Smith will move it up to the blue line, but not out. Trying to find Knapsick. Foot will get the puck. Move it over to his D partner. Ferris, but not out. That's held against the boards on the far side by Knapsick. It'll funnel its way back down to the goal line. Foot tries to find Weeks in the middle. That doesn't work. Smith is going to pick it up, chip it up, and out to Weeks. Weeks is going to gain center and fire it all the way in. It's going to get waved off. He's going to give him the gracious 1 foot to center ice and wave that icing off. Iceman trying to force a turnover there at the Sherwood Park blue line, and Carrier will move that up to Perosny. That doesn't connect, but good hit by Giamaroli to finish his check by the penalty box. Giamaroli on the forecheck almost forces a turnover for Perosny to pounce on, and a great hit again. Great hit again by Sawyers as he stepped up at the blue line. The Sherwood Park player able to sift the puck to the back wall, but Sawyers lowered the boom. 3.5 minutes gone in this opening frame. Early 1-0 lead for Sherwood Park. Capitalizing on a 2-on-1. About a minute and a half into the game. Ferris stood up by Thiessen. That centering pass. Almost redirected by Sherwood Park. Romulus gets it back. So it tries to go boards and out. That doesn't work. That's held in. Ferris will collect it and softly lob it back down into the Sherwood Park zone, and the icing is waved off. Sherwood Park, errant pass goes to Carrier. Keep in mind that the Eric Colombe remains out with a shoulder injury. So your Icemen playing with 5 defensemen. I don't think they called up an AP for this game. Worked up to Baines. Baines hounded from behind on the backtrack. Gives the D-man a little chin music up high, but nothing, no worse for wear. Carrier tries to hold that in. That doesn't work. Another 2-on-1 for Sherwood Park. Possibly a 3-on-1. Tries to hit the trailer. That doesn't work. And Vanderham's going to counter the other way. Now your Iceman back the other way. 3-on-2. Worked it wide to Baines. Fires. Tries to go through the middle. Vanderham bumped into the tender. The official's arm remained down, and now the official's arm on that note goes up. We're going to see what infractions come out of this. And I'm guessing it's going to be Baines that's going. So Gwinnett and a Sherwood Park defender are both going to go for rough. Coincidentals. It looks like. So faceoff's going to be down to the left of Perkis. Faceoff won by Sherwood Park. Has moved back up to the point. D to D across the opposite side. Fired into traffic. That hits a skate and careens into the corner. Sherwood Park still with the puck. Try to work it in the middle. That doesn't work. Knapsack's able to pick it up and fire it down the ice. Knapsack and Weeks, along with Homulus and Sawyers. Linesman took a high shot by Sawyers right up into the arm. Looks like Sawyers might be playing defense here this game, so we might have move Sawyers back to D, have 6D, and run 3 straight lines of forwards, which would make sense, versus having the 1 extra forward and run odd man on D. Waved off on a play blown down as the net is ajar behind Perkis. So Ferris is able to change out the penalty killers, Foot and Ferris, back out here, as well as the usual PK duo of Giamaroli and Binder. Face off to the left of Perkis, 1:10 remaining in the penalty to Baines. Good job by Perkis to cover that up as Ferris escorted his man into the end boards gently. The official advising Sherwood Park not to poke at the goalie's glove. Imagine if that happens again, we'd have a penalty called. Ferris fires that off and it tries to rim it around the boards. That goes off a stanchion and comes up high in the slot. So that's not cleared out of the zone, but good attempt anyways, but an awkward bounce. Puck moved back out top by Sherwood Park, fired through traffic and lightly tipped by a Sherwood Park forward high in the slot. Great job by Foot to intercept that shot on net. Moves it right to his forward partner Binder, who clears it down the ice, and Smith will come out and sub out Binder. Sherwood Park comes in, fires up over the glove of Perkis, just missing high on the glove side. Shot back through, missed its mark. Careens into the opposite corner. Giamaroli quick to pressure his man down the corner. Sherwood Park still has the puck. Ferris finished off along the boards, but great job to make a play and get it up to Smith, who clears it down. So Baines is going to step back on the kill. That's chipped into the corner by Smith. Line change, turnover, fire, and a goal! An aired outlet pass. Homulus comes in, pressures his man, forced turnover to Vanderham, and Vanderham goes far side low off the post and in. Great shot. And your Icemen knocked this game at 1. So no sooner do the Icemen kill off the penalty to Baines, but force a turnover at the Sherwood Park blue line and a quick counter strike, and Vanderham makes no mistake in burying that one low on the glove side of the Sherwood Park tender. Baines will drive that wide, get in. Vanderham chips it down low to Binder. Binder looking for Baines. He'll button hook down below the goal line. He's ridden hard into the boards, and it's going to be a boarding penalty coming to Sherwood Park as Binder pivoted to go back the other way and dangerously hit into the boards from good 2-3 feet off the boards. So your Icemen will go on the power play. Face off won by the Icemen, worked down low to the half wall to Baines. He'll move it back up to Homulus. Homulus to Baines. Baines just chips it to Porosny. Porosny, great job to go inside on the D-man off the goal line low and almost caught the tender upstairs over the glove. Great shot by Homulus through traffic. That's steered aside. Vanderham with the puck down low. He'll protect. Move it back up the half wall. on the far side to Ferris. Ferris back to Vanderham. Tries to move it into the seam to Porosny. That doesn't work. And a shot by Ferris misses its mark, and the Icemen will have to tag up and regroup. Ferris pinned off the puck at the Sherwood Park blue line. It's going to be a call for too many men, I believe, against the Icemen. And that will negate the power play. So it'll be a minute and 10 of 4-on-4 now. Shots on goal in favor of your Icemen, 6-3. You are tied at 1. Face off won by the Iceman, and Foot will set things up behind his own net. Move it up the near boards to Weeks. Weeks will drive in over the blue line. He's hounded by 2 Sherwood Park defenders, protects the puck, curls back up to the point to Foot, Foot to Weeks. Weeks moves it down low to Knapczyk. Knapczyk tries to find Weeks. He's hounded in the soft ice. The puck is moved back out momentarily into the Iceman zone. Weeks has the puck. Calmly moves it back to Sawyers. Sawyers surveys. Chips it across the opposite side to the near boards to Knapczyk. Knapczyk will gain the zone. Knapczyk evades a check. He's down below the goal line on his backhand. Curls back up to the half wall. Knapczyk feeds it through the seam to Foot. Foot can't handle that cleanly, but he'll drag that low, try to protect the puck. Puck back up to Sawyers. Keeps it in on the line. Fired and redirected by Knapczyk. Just misses low as he tried to redirect that short side. Sawyers will shovel that in. And Sherwood Park now on the power play, and that's going to be waved down on the icing. So Sherwood Park trying to spring a player up the ice quick and catch the Icemen before they could realize that they were on the PK. .40 seconds remaining in the Iceman penalty for too many men. Just over halfway through this opening period as that outlet pass is turned over, and Smith will bring that back into the Sherwood Park zone. Sherwood Park will bring it back the other way. Good job by Homulus to tie his man up briefly there below the goal line, but the puck still moved up to the top. Fired through traffic, and Perkis is able to see that the whole way as he snags that with the glove. Face-off won by the Icemen. Smith wins the face-off, and Carrier will fire that down the 200 feet. Sherwood Park will have to go back and regroup. Smith and Giamaroli back on the aces. Vanderham steps out of the box. Checks his man in the middle of the ice. Puck held by Porosny. He drives in, gets to the middle, fired, and he had a great look on Sherwood Park tender as he is able to elevate that, but couldn't get it over the left shoulder of the tender. As he dipped back to the inside, as he got back to the open ice in the slot, and he had a great look with speed. Puck held along the boards at the Sherwood Park bench. It's just shoveled in by Sherwood Park, and they'll try to get a line change as Perkis is out to clear it around to the other side. Gwinnett has the puck, tries to find Knapczyk. Can't connect, but Weeks will get it. Back to Knapsack. Knapsack fires. Doesn't miss by much. Knapsack taken hard into the boards. Weeks able to pick that up. Centering pass. Great job by Gwinnett to get his stick on that and try to redirect it between the legs of the tender. Weeks protects it along the boards to Knapsack. Tries to find Gwinnett. Weeks turns, fires. Just misses the mark. Great shift by the Iceman to just throw the puck at the net and try to create chaos in the house. Sherwood Park gets it, fires from a distance, and Perkis will snag that and cover up. 6:59 remaining in this opening frame. Tied at 1 between Sherwood Park and yours. SE701 Icemen. Faced off one by Sherwood Park, but Vanderham will pick that up and get it out to the blue line and out over the blue line. Sherwood Park will gather that back up, come in. Carrier and Knapsack finish their check on Desonier, who is down on all fours at the top of the circle. Desonier up to his feet, shaken up. Good to see him up. I think he's just rattled. I don't know. Can't tell if his head's a little rattled or if it's a lower body. Puck rims out around the boards, back down the ice, but not far enough for icing. His foot comes back to pick it up. He's out here with Carrier. Vanderham centering this line with Binder and Baines. We're off to the races here as Baines will drag it in. Oh, just misses a check at the Sherwood Park line. Binder moves it over to Vanderham. Binder with the puck back. He's trying to move it down low to Baines. Vanderham pulls it off the half wall, but he's pushed off the puck by a Sherwood Park defender. Good job by Homulus. Great stick just outside the blue line. Force a turnover. Binder's back the other way. Binder shoots that puck. It's deflected off a stick. Doesn't get to the target. Ferris could have been hit there on the blind side. He didn't know the Sherwood Park player was coming from behind at the blue line. That's chipped to the back wall. Homulus will pick that up, move it up the wall, but no further. Work back up to the top. Shot misses its mark and into the opposite corner. Centering pass off a stick and screens into the opposite corner, and Giamaroli finishes his check on his man. Ferris dodges a check. Sherwood Park just moves it off to the weak side. That dangerous play by Homulus. Some extracurricular activities happening in front of the net is another poke on Perkis. The official's hand is up, and we'll see if he's sending one to the box. And of course, I think Icemen are going to be the only one unless he's giving it to both here. So we're going to have Sherwood Park with the initial slash, and Homulus is going to get a cross check, so it'll be 5-on-5 coincidentals. So some more coincidentals come from increased chaos, we will call it. At least the ref is managing the game in that regard, which is good to see. 4:26 remaining in this opening frame. We're tied at 1. The shot's 7-6 in favor of your Icemen. Shot from outside by Sawyers. That gets through on goal, but steered aside. Moved up the wall to Gwinnett. Gwinnett pays the price with, gets hit, but he moves the puck to Weeks. Knapsack will gain the zone, but no further as along the half wall as Sherwood Park gets the puck. Sawyers will pinch down, keep the puck in momentarily before it's thrown down, and icing's going to be blown down. So thought the linesman was going to wave that off. An advantageous whistle for your Icemen. Chip up the middle, and the Sherwood Park Crusaders or Kings have a breakaway, and Perkins comes up huge. Great stop with the right pad. Ferris lowers the boom in the corner. Drops his man. Great job using the shoulder. Vanderham tries to move that up on the backhand. The bender doesn't work. Carrier is pushed off the puck in the corner, and Sherwood Park's able to shovel that to the front. Carrier again moves the puck. Goes to a Sherwood Park defender, and the puck ends up in front of the net. Another pass through the crease. Sherwood Park just trying to connect on something. Here with Puck's just sent another one. Puck's just getting sent right through the crease, trying to get lucky and find a teammate's stick. Great little 5-foot pass by Vanderham to Binder. Binder will send that across the weak side to Baines. Baines, Vanderham, Binder got to get off on a line change here. They're at the end of their shift. Shot off a stick as Baines tried to go short side up above the Sherwood Park tender's blocker. 2-on-2 held well as Sawyers closed off his man. Vanderham in support, picks up the puck. Fans on the puck. It's turned over momentarily inside the Iceman zone, and Foot picks it up and he'll get it to Binder. Binder's still out here with Baines. Binder to Baines, and I think Sherwood Park tender was able to get his leg on that. Another pass up the middle. Blown down the offside as Sherwood Park 2 times in one shift able to spring it forward right up the middle. So defensemen have their heads on a swivel as Sherwood Park just keeps sliding a player behind the Iceman defense. A 1-1 game, that is not what you want with 2 minutes left in the period. You don't want to lock it down here. Puck moved to the near boards. That shot through traffic goes off Foot's stick. He'll move it. The puck gets moved out by Sawyers out into the neutral zone, and Foot will step up and chip it on the backhand up into the Sherwood Park bench. Puck moved up to Prosny. Prosny drives in, drives wide, able to get around the defender. Feeds it to Giamaroli, and it's in the back of the net. Dante Giamaroli finds himself parked right in front, drives to the front of the net. And Prosny, great feed. And Giamaroli goes low blocker And your Icemen capitalize with 1:24 remaining in this opening frame to go up by 1. So just like I said, you don't want to give Sherwood Park a breakaway and let somebody get behind you to go up in the last 2 minutes of the first period and take that momentum. Your Icemen have taken the momentum with a great goal by Giamaroli. Assist to Porozny. Time of the goal, 1:32. Puck worked to the front of the net. Softly with 1 minute remaining to play in this opening period. Gwinnett, Weeks, and Knapsack. Another puck lobbed deep into the Iceman zone, and this is very much the game plan of Sherwood Park, is to lob that puck up into the neutral zone and have Sherwood Park forwards skate into it with speed. Knapsack hit but not hindered in the neutral zone. Ten seconds remaining. Puck turned over and Sherwood Park back the other way. 5 seconds. Shot and just missed the mark. As a great opportunity for Sherwood Park to tie this game up at 2. But after 20 minutes, the shots on goal, 10-7 in favor of your Icemen. And your Icemen lead 2-1.